Hello, good afternoon. My name is Michael Huth from the company Zimmer Kreim, and welcome you to my presentation. Hopefully you can enjoy it and have a lot of questions in the end of the presentation, and we can discuss about this. So I will start with my presentation right now. So I give you a little bit overview of my presentation, like the agenda. So at first, I will make a short overview of our company, that you know where we are and what we do. So second is the definition of the one-piece workflow in case of automation, especially in the mold and die business. So analyze your situation. So I think you know what is the place that you stay at the moment and what you will be in the future. So first step into automation, I give you an overview what is in our definition the necessary points to make the first step into data flow. I will show you a little bit about our software, workpiece flow, of course, and the effect of automation. What can you expect of this, and the summary of this. So this is our building. We are located more or less in the center of Germany, near Frankfurt. It's about 40 kilometers in the south of Frankfurt. So a good connection by the airport, Frankfurt, to our company. So we are a medium-sized company with about 80 employers. Our shareholders are Mr. Kreim, it's the founder of one of the founder of the company, is still in the company, and Mr. Bayer is our second shareholder. So we developed, we have 3 divisions. So the first of one, this was the starting point of the foundation of the company, was EDM sinking machines. We started early with automation systems, and more than 20 years we create our own software. So production is here in our facility near Frankfurt for the whole production of Z&K products. So what are the parts of ZK, the divisions? So first I explained was EDM, die sinking machines, high precision, high-end die sinking machines were able to move simultaneously with up to 8 axes. So we're using our own controller, we're using our own motor drives with our mother company. So in that case, we are able to realize really special things in the requirements of the customer. So second division, it's of course automation. This is the main point for today. So I will show you a little bit about what we do in automation. And the third division is our software department. So we are a machine builder. We build automation systems and we developed also software. So what is the definition of ZK about one-piece workflow? So we're starting at first with the main point, the data flow. So that means our software that we're using a central database. We call it ZK Alpha Moduli. So, and we store all the necessary product information to produce a real part. So that means we store here the digital twice. So we get information from the ERP system, for example, or in the most cases from a CAD/CAM system. So all the digital information is in the CAD/CAM system. We imported this information from known manufacturer of CAM systems. So we make the translation in the different kind of machine language to speak with the different kind of processes. So processes could be a milling process for soft milling, hard milling, could be of course a die sinking, cavity sinking process, could be a wire cut process, could be also a quality checking process by CMM measuring machine, could be also a cleaning process between milling and cavity sinking, or before measuring you need a clean part. So all these processes we can integrate it in a data flow. So you have one main database, it's a MySQL database stored on your server, and you can, using these data in one factory, you can also using in a second factory. It's 200 kilometers far away, no problem. And this is in summary the data flow that we can provide to you. In the first step could be without mechanical automation, without robot. Yeah. So you can add it also with a robot in a second step. We will see it later. What is possible in this field. So what could be the first step into automation? So you have to check how is your situation right now. Yeah. So I give you an example, analyzing your situation. So very often we see, so customer have milling machines, you have CMM machines, you have EDM machines, and most of these machines will be set up on the machine directly. So we will make the setup of the machine on the machine table. So that means machine cannot work at this time. Yeah. So this is, in our point of view, not the right way to be efficient. So using you're using expensive machine capacity for a 5-axis milling machine, for a EDM machine, to measure parts, to set up workpieces on the machine table. So our solution is to put all the pre-settings or the setup jobs out of the tool machine, put it on a CMM to find the position of the workpieces to the zero clamping system, and bring this data to the machine tool to work with the machine. So means to work 24/7 on the machine, on the milling machine, on the EDM machine, and make all the setups out of the expensive machine cost. So how it is possible? So you have on CMM, you make the presetting, you find out the position of the workpiece, you find out the 0 point of electrode, and so on. Make a data transmission through our data software, put it to the, for example, to the EDM, or for a workpiece, also to a milling machine. So a second key that you need is you need a zero clamping system. Why you need a zero clamping system? You need it to transport your accuracy from one machine to the next, from a CMM to a milling, from a milling to an EDM. So you have make the setup of the workpiece only one time, and put it through the processes with the clamping. So we show a little small picture of this. So this is the machine-based blade, the pallet carrier. So this is the pallet that you can transport workpiece from machine to machine. In EDM, we have very often magnet and the workpiece. So you make the presetting via a CMM machine, transmit the data through our software management system, and put the information to your EDM or to your milling machine. So the same you can do with the CAM data to create the milling program, to create the EDM program, to create the measuring program in the office, and make the handshakes through our software to the machine tool. So this was the first step, to have a data flow. So the second step could be hardware in case of automation systems. Maybe you have in your company a one-by-one solution to load workpieces to the tool machine to overbridge the night. Yeah, this is to creating hours. But very important in our point of view is the data flow, to manage all the necessary data especially in the one-piece workflow. You need a lot of data to take the system on running. And in this case, it's an intelligent solution necessary or required. So this is with maybe an EDM and handling, could be another example with a CMM machine to make the presetting, and after machine working, you can make a quality checking directly in the process without unclamping the workpiece. So could be a mixed cell with milling process, hard milling, soft milling for the electrode, EDM process, CMM machine integrated to have really from the process from raw material to finished part. This is the target, what we're looking for, and almost also our customers looking for. So this is a cell that we have installed in India. This was at Vasanta Tools in Hyderabad. Until now has 3 lines from us with mixed process, milling with EDM, quality checking, cleaning. So you see a trans clean here in front. You see it electrode milling, hard milling, Yasta. 2 EDMs from us, and here you see a quality checking size CMM. So this customer has already 3 lines. He also changed a little bit the configuration during the years. So this is also possible that our Chameleon is very flexible to change until a period of time. You say, okay, you need more milling machines on the cell, you need more EDM on the cell, or you will not mixing. So this is always possible to make a new configuration of the system to have a perfect automation. It's perfect to your target. So here you can see our biggest automation that we built. So we have a top view of this automation. So you can see it's basically it's 4 lines. Completely the robot with the robots, but these 4 lines are connected through, and we call it shuttle station. That means you can take parts from this magazine to this line or to this line if it's necessary. And in this whole line, you need only 1 devices of cleaning station, because this is not a bottleneck in our production, most of them. So that save investments for our customer, that he need for such a huge cell, he need only 1 equipment for cleaning, or maybe also 1 equipment for CMM, because it's also often not the bottleneck. This customer has 2 CMMs, but in very often faults, 1 CMM is enough. So we have wire cut processes here, we have EDM processes here. And this customer has also Chameleons with Yasta machines. It's a pure milling cell. So customer make the decision. He say we will not mix chips with EDM process. So this is in the end a decision of the customer if he will have a mixed cell or we will divide it between EDM and milling. So these are the already integrated manufacturers from the interface to the machine, tool machine. So that means we are able to integrate it, maybe also your existing machines. So when you have already a milling machine from DMG or Röders or GF, you can integrate it in our automation system. It's not necessary to buy a new machine. We have the interfaces for these machines. Of course, maybe not for a machine it's 20 years old, but for actual machines like 5 years old, something like that, it's no problem to integrate this standalone machine into an automation to creating the 24 process. So what is about the production structure in the most of the companies? So very often we see departments for the milling, you see departments for the EDM process, you see quality departments, and between all the departments you have walls. So you cannot make a data or a data flow, or also make a workpiece flow between the walls. So that means you have always department thinking. So this department looking for his processes, the other department looking for his own processes, but not a complete overview of the complete whole process. So what we will change is we will remove the walls. So very often the departments have also tool changer, workpiece changer, but almost into the department. So we will remove also the single automation and bring it together to a whole automation system. So in this picture or screen, you can see the walls between the department for milling, department for example, EDM, and department for the CMM. So what are your employers or the people in the shop floor do? You use the workpieces, it's finished, so maybe you have to produce 4 parts. The first part have to wait until the last part is finished. Then the worker take the parts and move into the next department, So that means the workpieces always have waiting time to come to the next process. And this is what we eliminate with our philosophy, with our automation, is we will make an overlapping process. So this is a little bit of infrastructure, how make molds. So you need hardening, grinding, hard milling. You have to make soft milling with the electrodes, and you need EDM process, of course. So the difference between this picture and this picture is we are removing the walls. We have no walls between, and we put a robot in front of this different kind of processes, and we make an overlapping of the processes. That means we can start with process at the same time, or only in a short time division. So that means we saving waiting time, that the first workpiece wait until the last one to go to the quality checking, and after quality checking he go automatically to the EDM process. That means the advantage is when the first workpiece it's done and the first 1 or 2 electrodes are done, we can start immediately with the first workpiece with the EDM process. So I called it. We play Tetris to make no gaps between the processes. So this is in the end save time for you, and time, you know, it's always money. So reducing of laying time or waiting time in an average of 30 to 50% is the result of a flexible manufacturing cell, that you can connecting all the necessary processes to one line to have really no waiting time, no laying time. And 10% means six weeks time saving, or more capacity to produce more parts, of course. And this is the big benefit of such an automation. So yeah, this is what we are called target-oriented workflow, saving time and money. So about here you see hardware, what we can connect it with our robot hardware. You see magazines, of course, is nothing special. It's to store workpieces and cutting tools and electrodes, for example. Also, you can store cutting tools for the milling process to expand the capacity of cutting tools in the milling process. For the 24/7 process, almost you need more cutting tools. You need sister tools to overbridge the weekend, and we can give storage capacity in our magazine also for the milling machine. So you can use your existing machines with a 40 ATC, and we can expand it additional 40 or 100 tools to overbridge the 24/7. So here I will give you a little bit of overview about our software structure that we have. I click it a little bit faster. So you see, of course, in the shop floor, you see a couple of hardware, could be hardware, machine hardware from us, could be also competitor hardware, bonded die sinking machine like GF, OPS machines. We integrated also these machines in our automation system, so we are independent in case of the automation, independent of the manufacturer of the machine. We are the integrator. So this is the shop floor with almost hardware. So, and then you have the operation area with job management systems. We have software parts to plannings. We have software to creating the complete production structure. How many parts? How many working steps you need to make from raw material finished part? All this structure we creating in our software. So we make a working plan for the operator, creating automatically from the CAM system in the programming department, make the complete production structure for producing the parts. Creating the programs for the different kind of machines are in line of the automation. And of course, we have also report modes to make reports back to an ERP system like SAP, to give back working time, give back status of the part. So you see exactly on the screen how is the status of your work pieces. It's finished, it's half finished, it's raw material, it's the raw material delivered, and so on and so on. So this is our software structure that we have. And you can, depending to your target, you can pick single software modules from this whole possibilities to start your step into automation, and also have your first target or your first step. But it's always open for the future to add additional functionality, added additional software, integrated a next process. Maybe you start with milling process. You can integrate a quality checking process. You can integrate it also a laser process or cleaning process. So it's really customized to your situation that you have and to your targets that you have in your plan, how you will stay in 2 years, in 5 years, and so on. So it's really open, and we called our automation system, we called it Chameleon. That means we are really able to come very close to your situation. Like we can change the color to your situation. This is really a special USP of our system, that we are able to make really customized solution for you, and this is what give you the best possibility to have the highest efficiency in your production. So right now, so that's more or less, it's not so complicated. You can make steps into your way to full automation, and you can start with a smaller step, then the next. So right now, I will show you a short video. The speaker is in German, so I will stop between short time to explain a little bit in English language, but they have also written in English in the underline. Sorry. So this is company ZF in Germany. We're using our full automation system. So he creating digital twice in the CAD/CAM system, and creating all or provide all the necessary data to make from digital twice real parts. He makes simulation. So it's the setup process. So he makes the setup process external, not on the machine. So right now he make the identification. So that means we married the workpiece with the digital data. So he using our database, all the necessary data in the database, and we say right now this is the workpiece for these data. Yeah? So up to this point, it's no chance for mistakes to use the wrong program for the wrong part, or you make also by manual programming, you make a digital number, change numbers or something like that. This is not possible in this process. Everything is completely automated, also the data flow.
Haben aber auch Tablets im Einsatz, wo die Mitarbeiter dann, wenn es Störungen gibt, zum Beispiel weg in die Anlage gehen und können dann auch im Tablet eingreifen und den Workflow ändern. Also es ist so, rein von der Mitarbeiterzahl haben wir kein Personal abgebaut in dem Bereich. Aber der Output ist deutlich gestiegen bei den gleichen Anzahl der Maschinen. Also wir hatten jetzt
So he explained, so he not removing workers on this line, so he have a little bit changed the capacity from workers in front of the machine, in front of the system, to take it to more programmers. You need more capacity to prepare data, and his efficiency was he increasing his output up to 25 to 30% higher output with the same machine capacity and with the same staff on employers. Wire cut machine is also integrated. So he explained that he have a higher precision in case we make the setup of the workpieces only one time, and he can shifting between his pallets, he can shifting the accuracy from process to process, only one setup. So to the end, we have some reference that you can see worldwide. Samsung is our customer. You have really huge systems from us. Also Vasanta in India, it's a customer of us, and a couple more you see. So we are at the tier ones, at the tier twos, also tier threes. Also companies who have only 10 employers have automation system from us. It's not a question of the size of a company. So I think it's a question of if you will make money with your mold production, and then you have no alternative to go to automation. And especially important is the data flow. Not only hardware to put workpieces to the machine and bring it back. This is very easy. The target is to manage the data flow. So that was from my side. Hopefully I was more or less good in time. So thank you for your attention, and hopefully it was interesting for you and have some questions to me. Thank you.
Yes, thank you as well to this point, Mr. Mahut, for the presentation.
Welcome.
If the audience has any questions right now, please do not hesitate to enter them in the question box, and the speaker will be happy to answer them right now. So I can't see any questions yet, but we will wait just a little bit longer to give you time to enter your questions. Okay, there's the first question now, and the question is, where is the highest advantage of cross-processing automation?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. So the cross-processing, this is our philosophy, what we explain to the customer, because the production time for the milling process and the production time for an EDM process or quality checking, it's not changing in case of automation. So it takes 2 hours with automation and takes 2 hours without automation. So the advantage is that I explained a little bit before, when you have a cross processing, you can set up raw material on Friday, and you have really without people the whole process during the weekend without any workpiece have to wait until somebody comes and bring it to the next department. And a second one, it's also a unique selling point of our software and our concept is that when you have to produce maybe 5 parts with different kind of processes, maybe hard milling, quality checking, EDM process, laser process. So when the first workpiece in the hard milling process it's finished and you can bring it directly to the maybe you will make a cleaning process to make quality checking. So all these processes go ahead until to the next process before the second part is finished. So it's not necessary that the first to the fourth part waiting until the 5th part is finished and then somebody comes and bring it to the next department and make cleaning, quality checking, or make the EDM process or something like that. So you eliminate waiting time of the work pieces to the next step. This is the biggest advantage what you have in a cross-processing cell, or you integrated all the necessary processes in one cell against single automation. Single automation load the first, second, 5th workpiece, and after this, somebody must come and bring it to the next department or to the next machine. So this is eliminated with the cross-processing automation when you integrated all the necessary targets or necessary skills to the automation. This is really a big advantage, and all our customers are really surprised what are the output of such a cell when the machine really runs 24/7, and also your time schedule to produce the parts getting shorter and shorter.
Okay, thank you very much. This should have answered the question, I guess. So there's no more questions right now, but we will just wait another moment to give you some more time to enter your questions.
Of course, you are welcome to visit our website or sending me an email. You find also my email address on the website. You can discuss afterwards if something interesting for you. So I will prepare and give you as maximum answers as I can.
Exactly. In addition, you're also welcome to ask questions via the Web-Symposia website. There's also the opportunity to write the questions, and we will forward them to Mr. Hood. This is also no problem. But I cannot see any more questions today, so I think the participants seems to be happy and satisfied for the moment. So you might address a few final words to the participants, Mr. Hood?
Yeah, so hopefully it was interesting for you, my presentation, and getting a little bit ideas, some ideas about your production. And enjoy the time together with the Symposia in India. So we stay also a couple of years in India with the organization, and was always an interesting seminar. And hopefully you enjoy the other presentations today. Thank you.